Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Harvest of Despair, the unknown Holocaust. 10 million people over in the Ukraine and that area were deliberately starved to death by the government, the Soviet Union leaders. 10 million people. They shipped the food away or they just let it rot in the bins over there. They wouldn't give it to the people. People were practicing cannibalism or cannibalism. And they'd feed the horses because the horses had to pull the death carts, and people, they'd say, any victims in the house today? And they'd ask them, and if there was somebody that died, you'd have to throw them out, the bodies out. And sometimes they keep the bodies and they use it for food for themselves. And they didn't want anybody to know about this. Well, how could that happen in the world? Well, the Germans knew about it. The intelligent people of the different countries knew about it, the leading people. But in Germany, they said, well, if we stop shipping to Russia, Soviet Union at that time, then our people will be out of work, and we'll have trouble with our people. So they kept on going. And good old Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he signed a treaty with them to take food from Russia, and recognized the Soviet government. And finally, now we have these people that are being starved to death, and how do they cover up for that? Well, they have these different groups were invited over to visit Russia, and they went over to these different villages, and it was all fake. Some people were there, and they were saying, oh, how wonderful everything is over here in Russia over in the Ukraine. And we are being fed, and we're happy and everything else. And then they go back to the United States and say, oh yeah, we saw it, it was really great. Good old New York Times, I think, even said how great it was. And Father Coughlin knew what was going on, and so did a lot of the other people know. But our government went along with it and recognized this terrible thing, and they starved 10 million people. So not only are they going to do that in those days, but these godless, atheistic, diabolically led people are doing that even today with all this GMO food, in my opinion, and all these other things going on. Thank you very much for watching Plain Truth.